Okay, so this screencast is designed to help you set up a task that will allow your computer to automatically open a web browser at the start of every class to the FAWeb website. So the way that I've set this up to work is that the web browser will open to its home page. And so the first thing you need to do is pick a web browser that you want to use. I don't really use Mozilla Firefox, this one, very much, except for doing FAWeb, so that's the one I'm going to choose. And my first step then is to change my home page on Firefox to Faculty Access for the web. So I'm going to do that by clicking on the little three-lined menu here, go to Options, and then I'm going to change my home page to the website for Faculty Access. I just went to Culver Web Links and I copied this earlier. So you can copy and paste it in there, or you can pause this, write this all down, and type it in if you'd like. I'm going to hit OK. I'm going to check to make sure it worked. Click on the little home, and this is my home page. All right, so the next step in this process is to open the control panel. We're going to set up the task. So the way I did this is I clicked on this little file folder here. Up at the top, you'll see Open Control Panel. So I clicked on that. Within here, I want Administrative Tools. And then I'm going to scroll on down until I get to Task Scheduler. I'm going to open Task Scheduler. And there might be a lot of stuff in here that doesn't really matter. You'll notice I already have two things called attendance because I've set up two things and practiced them. But let's try what I would like you to do this, which is first create basic task. So over here in the menu, click on Create Basic Task. Then you're going to give it a name. Something like attendance in FAWeb or some name. And then I'm going to describe it and say what it does, because in case someone from IT or tech was getting in to repair my computer, they would look at this and know that I put this there rather than it being some sort of virus or malware that another program put there. Opens Firefox to take attendance at the start of my classes. Click Next. I want this to happen every week. And I happen to teach CP1 on both Mondays and Thursdays, so I'm just going to put them both in at the same time. I want it to start today, so it'll actually start tomorrow, but today's date is fine. So 8:30 a.m. is when I want that to happen. Click Next. I want it to start a program. And now you're going to have to go find the web browser that you want to use. If you click Browse, you want to click over here on COS, Program Files, and then you're going to scroll your way down. If you want to use Google Chrome as the browser that does this, because you don't really use Google Chrome for anything else, you'll click on Google, Chrome, Application, and there's Chrome. Like I said, I want to use Firefox because that's the browser I don't use. I use Chrome for a lot of things, so my homepage on that I don't want to change. But Firefox homepage can be something in and of itself. I'm going to go to Program Files, all the way down to Mozilla Firefox. And then I'm going to scroll down and there's Firefox. So now I've got the name of the program I want it to open. Next. Before I hit finish, I'm going to click Open the Properties dialog. This will allow me to add all my other classes without having to set up new tasks for each one of them. Finish. And then I can see general, it's running only when I'm logged on. These things are not so important. Triggers. I now want to add my other classes. So weekly, on Mondays and Thursdays, I also teach CP3. Both of those are first lunch for me. So I want it to also open up at 12:20 p.m. I'm not worried about those. I'm going to click OK. So I can go in by hitting New. I can add each of my class periods or days when I have the same class period. Actions, just make sure that it says Start a Program. Conditions, I want to turn off Stop if the computer switches to battery power and Start the task only if the computer is on AC, because most of the time my computer is not plugged in my classroom. So I want this to run when I'm on a battery power. And then I'm not worried about too many of these things. I do want it to wake up my computer to run the task, but you don't have to put that. Then Settings. I want to click on the Run task as soon as possible after scheduled start is missed, just in case I'm not ready to take attendance at 8:30 because I'm running late from a meeting or running late from a before school commitment, or I'm a minute late from lunch. If my computer is turned off, I want to make sure that it runs this as soon as I do turn it back on. And then history is not something important. If the task is not scheduled to run, we don't want to deal with that. If it's already running, do not start a new instance. Okay. So now I've got this task. In order to show you what this looks like, I'm going to go ahead and double click, which is what you can do if you forget to add something or you want to change something, like if the term changes. I'm going to go to triggers. I'm going to add a new trigger. I'm going to start that new trigger about 30 seconds from now. I'm going to click OK. It's going to run just this one time. And I'm going to hit OK here. And what we'll see in about 30 seconds is what will happen. I'm just going to click out of all of these things so you can see that it will automatically open Firefox. A few more seconds to wait. And there it is. At the time I specified, it opened up faculty access. Other things you can do, I've already stored my password in here, so I don't have to do that. And then I can just log in, take my attendance, close it down, and that's all I use Firefox for. So I hope that helps. It's certainly been a help for me in the 2 days since I've known how to do it. If you have any questions or need help setting this up, you can see me, Lauren Coyle, and I'd be happy to help you set this up.